dropping Kindles already. I think this is upside down. I just can't get over
if you need to
how
learn
cute
how
it
to
is.
talk to a lady, ask your mum.
Hi friends, it's Amber. Welcome back to another video. Today I've brought out all of my children, all three of my kids, to talk about my favorite Kindle settings, tips, and setup tricks that you need to make your Kindle reading experience even better. So believe it or not, I've only been a Kindle reader since 2001. I bought my first Kindle like a year into the panorama because I just needed something different, and it was also that time when we were all just online shopping all the time just to feel something. And now I am the owner of 3 different models of Kindle. Don't ask me why I have 3. I'm literally never going to be taking questions about that. But I'm not going to get into the whys and the hows of each of these. I really want to get into the settings. So the settings I'm going to share today really applies to all 3 of these Kindle models, and also Kindle models I don't have, like the Signature or the Scribe, that will also likely fit into the tips I share in this video. I feel like the best way to start is to start on the outside of the Kindle and then work our way in. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of the most underrated things about a Kindle, in my opinion, is just how customizable they are from like a decorative standpoint. There are cases, there are stickers, there are decals, and I feel like there's a new company or brand launching every other week that has something fun you can add to your Kindle. And there are really 2 main setups that I use. The first, and honestly, in my opinion, the chef's kiss goat of Kindle setups, is the clear case with a pop socket setup. No matter which Kindle you have, get a clear case, get a pop socket, because even if you rotate through cases, I always find myself going back to this setup. This is my Kindle Oasis, which never basically leaves my house, honestly never leaves my bed, because I love that I can flip it. So like I'm a tosser and a turner, so I can flip it around, and I love that this setup just like makes it so easy to hold while I'm laying in bed at night, not sleeping, staying up way too late reading. The clear cases are also the most affordable typically. You can find a clear case for most models at $10 or less. Maybe some of the larger Kindles like the Scribe, they may be a little bit more. And the pop sockets, there are so many different brands on Amazon now that are selling decorative pop socket. This one is like a little white daisy, which is so cute. I love it, and it matches the case perfectly. But those pop sockets are usually relatively affordable too. So I feel like this setup is A1. Depending on the Kindle model you have, you may need to play around with where you place your pop socket. Like I have a Kindle Paperwhite, and when I use my clear case and my pop socket on that Kindle, I like to keep it a little bit off center just because it's easiest to grip it and hold it comfortably that way. The main benefit to the pop socket setup is that while you're laying down or moving around or doing anything where you're not sitting like this and able to like perfect posture hold your Kindle, you don't have to worry about dropping it. It's a gravity proof way to hold your Kindle. And if you get the pop socket by the actual pop socket brand, they have ones that are interchangeable, so you can keep the same base on and swap out the actual design of the pop socket. So if you have a decal or something else on your Kindle that you're trying to match your pop socket to, you're able to make those swap. Like I said, this is my favorite Kindle case setup, but my biggest tip is if you're doing this, please don't skip the clear case part. Put your pop socket directly on your Kindle. You will regret it the first time you try to take that pop, unless you plan on taking that pop socket and that Kindle to the grave. Put it on the clear case and thank me later. Okay, but because we are girls who love options, I'm gonna show some of the hard cases that I like. There are 2 companies lately that I've been buying my hard cases from, and that is Page the Shop, where this one on my Kindle Basic is from. This is super cute. It is literally a hard shell, and I like it because for the Kindles that I take out and about with me, I want it to be protected. They sell screen protectors for most Kindle models, but I've never bought one before. So when I have a Kindle in my bag, I do like to have the hard shell case on it, just to know that my Kindle is protected, my screen is protected. It's not gonna hit like a water bottle or something else in my bag and get damaged. The hardcover cases are, for the most part, also really easy to clean. So if you like sit your Kindle on a table and need to do like a little wipe down, it's easier to do that with the hard case. This fall themed case is from a Likely Story company, and I also have another case from her that I've used and really enjoyed. My favorite feature about a hard case is that it will wake your Kindle up for you when it is asleep. So right now my Kindle is just not being used in the case, but it will open and start as soon as I open it and go right back to where I was reading. This one is especially great from Paige because she now has this little handle in, so when it's closed, you can slide your hand in and hold your Kindle like this. It's not magnetic on this side, like once it's open, that doesn't stick, but then you can just take your hand and hold it there and grip it really well. Easy to read. And I think she announced that all of her cases moving forward are going to have that, which is awesome. This one from Paige is also magnetic, will wake up my Kindle once I open it, but doesn't have that grip. But even without it, I still find it really comfortable, like if I'm on a flight or sitting in a coffee shop, to hold my Kindle like this. The last decorative element that I'm going to talk through are Kindle decals, which are a really fun way to add a little flair to your Kindle. Whether you're using a hard case or a clear case, you can kind of let the decal add a little bit of personality. So my Kindle Oasis right now is the only Kindle that has a decal on it, but I will link the Etsy store that I got this from down below. I will say that by far my favorite place to get my decals from are decalgirl.com. So what you do on Decal Girl is that you would find a pattern that you like. There are a million of them on Etsy, people selling like a download, so you can get a download pattern for like $1 or $2, and then you go on Decal Girl, upload that pattern, and they will customize it to fit whatever model Kindle you have. The one from Decal Girl, also, I can testify, are super easy to remove and are reusable. So you can save the sticker paper that they come on, and when you're ready to switch your Kindle decal out, you can put that on the sticker paper, swap it over, vice versa. It's really easy and it doesn't leave any residue or anything to your Kindle. I've used some before where they do leave a sticky residue and it takes a while to get that off. You have to use like an alcohol or something to get it off your Kindle, but these come off, like the Decal Girl ones, come off clean every time. Still sticking to the outside of the Kindle, I want to talk about my second favorite feature, which is to make the cover of your current read your Kindle lock screen. Now, if you feel like having the cover of the book that you're currently reading as your lock screen would be like weird or controversial, like you don't want people to know what you're reading, own what you're reading. If you like that spicy mafia romance with that big man on the cover and you like it, that's just what you like. I just think this is a really cute way to highlight what you're reading on your Kindle, and it's very easy to turn this setting on. All you have to do is go into screen and brightness and then make sure show covers on lock screen is toggled, and it will automatically display whatever current read you have on your Kindle as the lock screen. And the great thing about Kindle is that they all, if you have multiple Kindles, they all like speak to each other, where you can always easily sync to the furthest page that you've read on any device. But for the covers, if you're reading 3 different books on 3 different Kindles, you can have each of those covers as your lock screen. It won't automatically make one a default if that's an issue for you. I will caveat to say that that setting only works if you have a Kindle that is available without ads. So when you go to purchase a Kindle, you have 2 options to purchase them with or without ads on your lock screen. If you buy a Kindle with ads, it's usually about $20 cheaper than if you take the ads off of it at the offset. The great news is it's not a permanent thing. If you did get ads on your Kindle, you can always go and pay the $20 to Amazon and get the ads removed so that you're able to show your books on your lock screen and not see all those advertisements. Or, and I've had luck with this in the past, if you are a long-time Amazon customer and you purchase pretty often and you have like a good customer service record, you can reach out to Amazon customer service and ask them to remove the ads for you for free. I know this works for some people, it doesn't always work for others. It's kind of like the luck of the draw, but it's always worth a shot if you really want to get rid of the ads on your Kindle. This next tip I feel like I get a ton of DMs about anytime I post my Kindle, and that is putting your Kindle into dark mode. So your Kindle has 2 options when it comes to the screen contrast: light mode and dark mode. Dark mode gives you a darker background with the text in a lighter contrasting color. I personally love dark mode for when I'm traveling, like if you have a late flight and the Kindle light doesn't really emit a ton of light, so you're not going to disturb people around you anyway. But if you really want to just keep the lights low and not worry about putting extra strain on your eyes, it is nice to be able to switch into dark mode. From the screen where you're reading, if you decide you're ready to switch over, you just tap that arrow at the top and hit the dark mode button, and then you are good to go. And while you're in that setting, I'm going to show you my next tip, which is also super easy and makes a big difference to my personal reading experience. By default, the Kindle does not show any clock or time on it. It does it on the phone app as well. You may have noticed if you open a book on your phone, you can't see what time it is. And one, we're readers, so it's very easy for us to stay up past our bedtime reading. Even easier when you don't even know what time it is or how much time has passed since you've been reading. But also, I like this because if you are the kind of person who finds yourself constantly picking up your phone to check the time or a notification, it is nice to be able to pick up your Kindle instead to check the time. It's just one more thing that's going to help to keep you off your phone if you're trying to be more mindful about how much you're consuming on your phone. This setting is kind of buried in a weird place. So if you have a book open that you're already reading, tap the A button, that's the format button. And once you do that, tap where it says more and then click show clock while reading, and that will automatically put the clock back at the top center of your Kindle. Don't get pulled into the reading vortex. Don't let Kindle take all of your time, even though it probably will take all of your time, but that should be your choice, not Kindle's choice. And my last tip does not require any software or hardware. It is just a reminder to actually bring your Kindle with you when you go places. You'd be surprised how much you get done when you're just standing in line at the grocery store or waiting in a checkout or in traffic, just picking up, and even if you only read a couple of pages, how quickly those pages add up. So don't forget to throw that Kindle in your bag before you leave the house. You will always have some unexpected downtime, and you will never regret filling that downtime with a little bit more reading. That is all I have for you. Thank you for letting me bring my kids out to play. They don't get out much. Actually, these two do get out much. They've been like out of the country, but this one, she doesn't get out much. She's very much a local, so she loves to get to, you know, come out and talk to the people. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who has a Kindle, who really wants to soup up their Kindle reading, especially now that it's cozy time, it's fall. We should all be just grabbing a book or an e-reader and curling up on the couch to read. I will link all these things in the description box, but I also have a Kindle section of my Amazon storefront, so if you ever wonder about the Kindles that I have or any of the accessories that I buy from Amazon, they're always listed there for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady,